Good evening, friends. Today's elaboration is about sleep disorder, that is also known as insomnia. Well, friends, our bodies depend on sleep to keep a number of delicately balanced system running inside without any disruption. Sleep is an integral part of keeping our activities, many metabolic activities are inside the body functioning delicately. So, any disruption in sleep can have hazardous consequences. We may not assess the consequences of sleep disorder, but the sleep experts say that there even 1 hour of missed sleep at night can cause ill health and can cause a number of health disorders. Now the question arises, how can we really assess that we are really having insomnia or we are really suffering from sleep disorder? Now, some of the questions that we often ponder at: do we ever remain awakened in the middle of the night, or do we ever realize that we are having broken sleep at night? Do we ever realize that we are awakened in the middle of the night due to certain anxieties or due to certain fear? Do we really experience the the anxieties disorder, the concern for future that doesn't allow us to sleep at night? We are constantly finding ourselves waking up multiple of times in the middle of the night. Any one of these cases proves that we are suffering from insomnia, a kind of sleep disorder. It is hazardous because it interrupts the smooth functioning of many of the secretly and delicately balanced activities and metabolic functions of the body. Not only it affects our mental peace, but it also affects our efficiency of work. The work efficiency depends entirely on the 8 hours of normal sleep every night. So if any of these cases happens, that then we should realize that we are having certain sleep disorder. But what really causes insomnia? Persistent low level fatigue is one of the common reasons of sleep disorder. And the second most important is stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety is constantly worrying about some future events also can cause sleep disorder. Yeah, that means we often experience broken sleep in between the middle of the night. We get awakened suddenly, either out of fear or out of anxiety or stress. Sometimes the students experience sleeplessness at night because of the anxieties of their exam, a stress of their future prospect, and so many other causes. There are other causes attributed to insomnia. They are the atmosphere of the surrounding, the noisy surrounding also disrupts our sleep, and sometimes chaos in the area, disturbance in the area, temporary, environmental disorder, or some high level of noise in the surrounding also can cause us anxiety and sleep disorder. But the prominent among the causes are anxiety, anger, resentment, and all these can cause insomnia or sleep disorder. Sleep apnea, a common disorder in which lapses in breathing cause a shortage of oxygen, which in turn disrupts sleep and may need treatment. Apnea is also a kind of sleep disorder which is caused due to the shortness of breath. Sometimes the people realize or feel suffocated because of the lack of oxygen intake, and therefore they get suffocated, and in between the sleep they get awakened. So apnea is also one of the sleep disorder which can have hazardous consequences, and it essentially needs treatment by some doctors. But more importantly, our life style, attribute a lot to insomnia and sleep disorder. The teenagers are often in habit of too much of, food beverage like tea, coffee, cold drink, and, other stimulations. They can also cause sleep disorder because they actually, increase uh, the level of, what you call it, the level of fatigue, and they also imbalance the fatigue in our body, causing illness to us. High blood pressure, hypertension are also attributed to sleep disorder. But then the question arises, what are the remedies of this? See, constantly we should take some, meditation. We should be in habit of performing yoga, asanas, meditation, physical exercise, workout in the open field, breathing exercise, but particularly pranayamas of different kinds like anulom bilom, and other pranayamas are very very important. And most importantly, we should go to bed at a fixed time, 9 to 10 o'clock, and we should get up early and go for a morning walk, either in the open field or just in the garden, because a very regular morning walk can also help us keep our other activities, in turn, balance, and we should feel enlightened after taking a walk. So our sedentary lifestyle is also attributed to sleep disorder, and our food intake, such as in cold drink, tea, coffee, too much of tea and coffee is also harmful. So we should restrict tea and coffee once or twice a day if it is required. Otherwise, constantly or frequently taking coffee, tea can also result in, higher fatigue, and that will result into sleeplessness or insomnia. So these are some of the important causes of sleeplessness or insomnia, which in turn can cause higher order of, sickness or health disorder. We should always try to keep our food as well as our physical activity balanced, so that when we go to bed we need not, look at the ceiling of the fan and worry about how and when should we go to sleep. The best way is to keep ourselves physically fit and mentally alert, and that is how we can really keep our body and mind balanced. Thank you very much. Have a nice day ahead.